Ranked second in the country according to the Padel News Network, former top tennis junior Adam van Harte is one of the rising stars in the game. Van Harte, who has played on the global padel tour, is currently in Spain, which is the heartland of the code, to hone his skills over the next month. The sport is said to be second in popularity only to football in two of the most dominant nations, Argentina and Spain. And now South Africa are also getting in on the padel action. By 2026, they're expected to be 68,000 paddle courts worldwide. You can't miss them. If the loud pop music and laughter doesn't catch your attention, the bright blue surface will. Highly social, part of its biggest recreational appeal, the sport is often marketed as the fastest growing code on the globe and luring top young sport talent, including former top junior tennis player Adam van Harte.
Growing up, I played a lot of different sports, soccer and tennis being two of the main sports. And then I think when I was about 12, 13, I had to decide, which path to take, because I was getting serious with both sports. And essentially, I chose tennis, and tennis was a big part of my life growing up, through primary school, high school, and then into university a little bit, until padel came. I always enjoyed doubles a bit more than singles in tennis, and padel is always played exclusively as doubles, so I enjoy that. I think with it being a smaller court, it's quite nice. Also, you have to be a bit more precise, and it's a lot more tactical than what tennis is. And then also the social aspect. I enjoy playing the sport because of the social aspect as well.
Despite not having a national federation, the community are organising themselves. With the latest development, a ranking by online platform Padel News Network, founded by Zahid Garda.
Okay, so there's no national federation. I think that's going to happen soon. I don't think it really fills that gap. I think more. I think it sort of builds out the whole community a little bit broader, because there's still a need, of course, for the federation, because then you can have a South African team that plays in World Cups and Olympics when that happens, right? But I think when it comes to the gap that we filled with the awards, look. I play all over, right? And the question always is, like, who's the best players? Like, the people want to know that. And so the initial idea of the awards was actually for people to understand and sort of vote, get an understanding of who they think. The community to understand who they think could be the best players in the country. And as we started getting nominations through, that started building out to a top 16 initially, and then we had voting across that in a kind of knockout format, to where we had the winner and runner-up eventually of both the men and female side. So people you can answer that question at the moment. Who is the best player in the country, because it is voted for.
Currently, Van Harte is ranked second in the country and aiming to dominate not only locally but internationally.
Right now, I'm in Madrid at the moment, at one of the top academies in Madrid. I'm actually in the cafeteria now. You can see the courts are behind me. Yeah, so myself and my partner, we're training here for the next month, and then hopefully to play a couple of international tournaments. But yeah, to see it's just kind of take it as far as I can go. Essentially, it's difficult for me to give a concrete answer, but yeah, that's where I am at the moment.
With South Africa officially an interested party in hosting the 2036 and 2040 Olympic and Paralympic Games, there's an Olympic question even around padel. Those in the sport believe it's not a question of if it will become an Olympic sport, but when.
I think I saw a post yesterday that the president of the International Padel Federation had a meeting with the board in the Olympic Committee. So there are great steps being taken towards that. I think it's just a matter of whether it will be in the next Olympics, the 2028 or 32. But it will be there for sure.
It needs to be built out among many. There's like a minimum number of federations, I believe, where it needs to be across the world for it to be a global game. And I think it's getting pretty close to that. So I think it's definitely in the pipeline. And as you can see with Olympic Games, in the recent Olympic Games, there's been a couple of new sports introduced. So the Olympics federations themselves, the International Olympic Committee, are open to new ideas, and Padel is at the forefront of that.
The sport will reach its full potential in the country as it moves from exclusive to inclusive.
There are a few players who are currently of color, including in the top 16 list. But I think as people take up the sport, you will start to see, I would imagine, pairings of a diverse background, including people of color too.
Over the past couple of years, for sure, it has grown. It used to be very, very exclusive, I feel, but it's become a lot more accessible. And I think there is still a long way to go. I mean, we don't have a certain federation yet in the country, like a lot of the other sporting codes. But I think, speaking to a lot of people, I think there are a lot of steps being taken to try to develop that federation governing body, which I think will help a lot for the players. Definitely for the players, just especially the guys trying to get into the sport. It can be quite difficult because it can be quite niche and quite cliquey in terms of who plays with who, and it has a lot to do with the platonic ranking. You know, what level are you? I don't want to play with you because your level is not good enough. But I think we're getting there, slowly, step by step.
South Africa may be some way from having a local to cheer on at the next final of the Paris Major, but slowly strides are being made by individuals in a hallmark South African way, with grit and determination.